Hi everybody and welcome back. My name's Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Welcome to bonus lesson 1 from Learn to Play the Piano book 3. This is a follow-on series from my Learn to Play the Piano books 1 and book 2. What's new for book 3 is that it actually comes available with a song book 3 as well. Now song book 3 is full of 10 pieces which have some classical, well-known classical pieces in and some original pieces in, and basically they are all the kind of additional pieces that go hand in hand with everything that you've learned in book 3. So the links of where you can buy these books will be coming up just above my head here, or I'll put a direct link in the description bar underneath this video. These books are a 100% downloadable book, which means that you can buy and print them out wherever you are in the world. These are just copies that I have printed out on my home printer, and I've just bound them up myself for the purpose of this video. So let's get on with the lesson. Just before I go any further with bonus lesson 1, I just want to point out that you will see that the book is blurred. That's only just to protect the copyright of the book during this video. When you buy and download your version, you'll obviously find that you'll get a nice crystal clear version. So bonus lesson 1 is all about triplets, and this top section here just goes on about what are triplets. I mean, you can read all that, but it's basically, the bottom line is a triplet is a group of 3 notes that have the time value of 2 notes of the same kind. For example, the easiest way is to probably just to show you here. So this is a triplet. So you can't get a triplet with, say, 2 quarter notes or eighth notes and a minim or a half note. It has to be 3 notes of the same value. So what you'll see down here in this little picture is that you've got 3 quavers or eighth notes grouped together, so there's 3 of them together, and then underneath it is a little 3. The 3 underneath it tells you it's triplets. If there isn't a 3, then it's just a rhythm of 3 quavers stroke eighth notes. So the 3 defines whether it's a triplet or not. You can have 3 half notes or minims, or 3 whole notes, or 3 semi-breves. It doesn't really matter as long as it's 3 of the same note in a row like this, and there is a little 3 underneath it. That will tell you it is a triplet. So this page basically just goes on about that. You've got all the information you need on there. That's page 32. Moving on to page 33, counting quaver stroke eighth notes triplets. So as I mentioned on the previous page, the triplets have a specific rhythm to them. So you can't just play 3 notes in a row. And what the point is about triplets is that because you are trying to put 3 notes into the space of the top, or because you're trying to put 3 notes into the space or timing of only 2 notes, i.e. you're trying to put 3 quavers or eighth notes in the same timing or the same space time as only 2 quavers or eighth notes, it gives them a kind of crushed feeling, or almost maybe a sense of hurried feeling. But they have their own individual rhythm, as I said, because you can't just play 3 notes in a row. And how you might count it is what it says here: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or 1 triplet, 2 triplet, you know, however you want to say that. Either way will work fine. So that's counting them. So you've got the information up there that you can read. Playing quavers or eighth note triplets. By the way, I've just chosen to demonstrate triplets in quavers stroke eighth notes just because they probably are the most common type of triplet that you might see. You might also see crotchets or quarter notes, but I suppose quaver eighth notes are probably the most common type of triplet. So you've got a little bit of information here that you can read, and it does say that you'll probably need to refer to my video lesson, which is this video lesson now, if you want to really hear and understand how they fit in with the music. So I've made up a little passage, or a little 2-bar passage of music. It doesn't really mean anything, I just literally made that up, and I was just going to play it through for you so you can hear how it's supposed to sound. I'll kind of show you how not to count it, and I'll show you how it should be played, or it should be counted. So if I just play this through, you will get... So those 3 A's and the 3 G's that you've got after them that are both, and the second bar that are both triplets, have to be played in 1 beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, E, 4. So you could do 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you could use the 3 and, or because it comes on beat 3, I'll just say 3 triplets. So you could do 1, 2, 3 triplet 4. However you want to say it there. So that is triplet. So it's trying to fit 3 notes into 2. Now, how that fits with the left hand, and this is where it gets a little bit complicated, is I've put this in for the left hand. I did that just to kind of complicate things, but I wanted to show you how to count them. So the red lines that you'll see that are here, with the 3 note, taking the 3 notes of the triplet, the first A of the triplet comes with the first note in the left hand. The second A comes just before you play the F. The third A comes just after the F in the left hand, and then the B, obviously the B flat and the A in the left hand will come together. So the reason why I've put the red lines in there is to show you how the bar is divided up. So the first A comes on the C, the second A of the triplet comes right before the F that you've got in the left hand. The third A in the triplet comes after that, and then the B flat comes with the A in the left hand. So just to divide it out slowly. This is why I said they have their own different rhythm, because you can't exactly just divide it up. You have to give the triplet a feel. And, one, and, one, and, one, and. It's quite difficult, which is why I put it with the left hand. But basically, to start from the beginning, so the red lines indicate where the notes do come. You have to give the triplet its kind of triplet 1 and you have to give the triplet its kind of feel. But what I would say is concentrate on the left hand. So whatever happens, the left hand cannot change doing what it's doing. So you can't change the rhythm of the left hand. So this is the purpose of having those red lines there. So you might want to put some lines in when you come to a section in the music that you're playing that has triplets in. So if you put the lines in, you can divide it out, and you can literally kind of... So you can actually do it like that, but that in itself isn't quite enough. It has to be the 1, 2, 3 and 4. It has to have that kind of and or 3 and kind of feel to it. And then you have to make sure that your left hand isn't affected. So what I would kind of say to you is to concentrate on what the left hand is doing. Keep that left hand rhythm. If it's something like this, or if it's something else, whatever rhythm you've got in the left hand at the same time, you must work on keeping that consistent, and then you kind of jam in whatever you've got in the right hand. So it does get very confusing. I'm not really sure that I can say anything more than this, apart from just go away and practice at it. I do remember when I was learning triplets and I came across these, they did take a while to get into my head, but to be honest with you, once you've learned the rhythm of the triplets, that's it. You're done. It does say in here that the good news is once you've learned and understood the rhythm of their rhythm, that's it. There isn't anything more to kind of know about them. So once you've understood them, that's it, you're good to go. But just to reiterate, you want to give that triplet its certain feel. So that triplet has to be equal. That can't be whatever you want. That isn't any good. That doesn't come at the right time with the left hand, and it doesn't have that. Remember, the notes have to be even as well. So I think just use this example that I'm giving you and just a little bit of practice, but remember just to keep in with the beats. That's probably the most important tip that I can give you. Don't disrupt what's happening in the left hand. The right hand will have to compensate for the left hand because you're crushing the 3 notes in, but they must be even as well. So They all must have, you've got to amount of space and you've got 3 notes to fit evenly kind of in that space. So you can't sort of have one note faster or slower than the other notes. So that's it. Like I said, you've got some information to read on here, and what I'm going to do now is just play the piece that I've got on page 34. So what I've done is an arrangement of the Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. It is a shortened version, obviously, because this is originally about 8 or so pages long, and it's in a much harder key as well. So I've just done a little arrangement with this, all with triplets in. So I'm going to play the Moonlight Sonata on page 34. So that's it for bonus lesson 1. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget that the links of where to buy Learn to Play the Piano Book 3 and the Songbook 3 will both be linked directly underneath this video. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.